Vic, it's time now to check your money with America's money maven, Vicki Brackens. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC. It's a great day because we're about to get into some money. What's up, Vicki?
Hi, George. Good morning. Good morning to you and everyone there. Okay, as far as our listeners are concerned, I do believe you are correct. It is a great day.
Yes, it
I'm
is.
going to start this day with a big congratulations.
Oh,
Now, as you recall, last week we began our conversation around the fact that based on a 2006 survey, that 69% of females were going to live at some point in time without a partner or a spouse.
yeah.
And because of that, we needed to be very cognizant of what's happening with their finances.
Mm-hmm.
And we spent a little time actually talking about getting organized as far as getting your house in order. Well, I want to talk to you about a group of women who not only got their house in order, but blew it off the roof, just absolutely blew it up. And so the congratulations this morning is to the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated for raising $2 million
Wow.
in one day to support HBCUs around the country. Can you believe that, George?
That's a congratulations.
But here's what's even bigger. This is the fourth quarter that they have done this. They started out at the beginning of their effort as far as their campaign, looking at raising $1 million in one day.
Mm-hmm.
And for now, the fourth quarter, because they said this is the fourth quarter of the football, the football game. Each quarter they have raised that level so that when they started, it was at 1 million. When they ended, it was at 2 million. That is tremendous. And it shows us all about the power of collective. Help me, George, as far as Quanta is concerned.
Collective work and responsibility.
Collective work and responsibility. What's the proper Swahili word for that?
Ujima.
Ujima. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's the other one which you might be thinking of too, which is Ujima, cooperative economics, right?
Correct. That is what I'm looking at.
Okay, cooperative economics. Yes.
Cooperative economics. Okay. So for a great shout out to Dr. Glenda Glover, who's the international president and CEO of AKA, and to the entire sorority for an amazing effort, because they have set down for us all a example of the steps that it takes. And all it is everybody getting together collectively for an economic goal and then just pushing forward. So, George, even though we saw that what I would call a sort of disheartening statistic,
Mm-hmm.
as far as the 69% of women living alone and being without a spouse throughout their lives, we have now flipped the coin to really talk about the economic empowerment of collective action. So here's where I'm going now for this week. Staying with the issue of concerning women and working collectively and looking at the fact that we're going to have to contend with our own finances throughout our lives.
Yes. So wait a minute. I mean, that's just a real fascinating statistic. On the one hand, you've got women who are raising millions of dollars, and you contrast that with the 69% of women who will be alone at the end of their life, in later life. So what are we going to do with that today?
Well, George, yeah, that those are contrasting statistics, although it does not necessarily mean that those women who are on their own, who are alone, who are not with a spouse, will not succeed. But what it does say is that we need to be sure that the white picket fence kind of life that we sort of get sold, that we're not waiting for someone else to save us, that we have to take onus and responsibility ourselves for our own economic future.
So you're not waiting to exhale then? Yeah, I'm trying.
So many years ago, I'm not even sure if anybody on air right now
will even know what that means, right?
But yes, no, I'm not waiting to exhale. So, but there were some steps that we started discussing last week. One of them being the fact of getting your house in order. The second one, which is where I wanted to go today, was investing aggressively. And here's what I mean by aggressively, because I was not quite as crystal in that explanation last week. Not saying necessarily that you should be investing in an aggressive type investment that has a lot of risk, but you should take the dollars that you have available and make sure that you are deploying them into an investment structure as much as you possibly can. So utilizing your 401k plans, utilizing your 403b plans, utilizing actual individual investments above and beyond your retirement plans, looking at your Roth contributions, aggressively taking those dollars and deploying them so that they are compounding. I use this term with my staff and with my interns, that we are squeezing the orange. We are getting every bit of energy around this that we possibly can, because what you will see is that there are two components that are most important as far as your investment and your investing success. First component, time. Making sure that you pay attention to time, because compounding through repeated investing over years and years and years is one of the major components of success. The second component is consistency. Do it regularly. Set up a system where it's consistently happening. And the third thing is your asset allocation. Now, time and consistency are very easy to understand. Asset allocation, we put a lot of smoke and mirrors around it, and people get really kind of concerned that they can't grasp that concept. Look at it this way. Think about your food plate. I remember when First Lady Obama was always talking about the food plate and having correct balance. The same thing with asset allocation. It's how you balance the assets between cash, bonds, and equities as the major categories to create a portfolio that is appropriate for your risk level, and that will continually grow and reallocate over time. We'll spend a little bit more time on the specifics and the technical areas of asset allocation over the next couple of months, but just those three things, if you could take those three things and put them into action: time, consistency, and proper asset allocation, and aggressively invest, then your success and your ability to take care of yourself, because you have amassed the wealth that you need, increases exponentially. Well, George, again, to the AKAs, to the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, because I am so pumped about that. I can't tell you when I saw that announcement and kind of tracked them over the last day or so. Congratulations. And I'm looking forward to somebody else throwing down the gauntlet, saying we can do it too, brothers.
Okay.
Somebody else to do that, because we can, with all the resources that we have, actually. And this is a term that we talk about all the time: self-determination.
That's Kujijakulia, by the way.
Thank you. Kujijakulia. Thank you. Self-determination is the name of the game going forward. So at this point in time, I'll say our plate is full. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at area code 315-930-4499, or reach out to us at info@brackensfsn.com. Pick us up on YouTube and on Facebook. All right. You got all that information. And Vicki, always a pleasure to talk to you here on Inspiration for the Nation. Vicki Brackens is the president of Brackens Financial Solutions Network, LLC, and a registered representative of LPL Financial, member SIPC, America's Money Maven.